I just know anybody watching this that knows how to sew is like, what are you doing? And the answer is, I don't know. Welcome back, noobs, to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. You're a real fan. I just woke up. Is it 1 p.m.? Maybe. Have I not washed my hair in like 4 days? Who knows? Am I still in my pajamas? To each their own. I'll show you guys. I will show you guys some of the plans I have. I'll sketch it out for you because I'm an artist. Okay, here's the idea. So we're starting with this skirt. It's long. My plan is to cut it horizontally in half. We will have 2A, which is the skirt itself with the waistband, and I'm planning on hemming it so it has a neat finish once it's cut. So that's 2A. We're going to move to 2B, which is going to be the second half, this section right here. And I'm going to cut a vertical line to cut it in half so it's opened and longer so it has more fabric without me needing to sew any more together than I need to. Look at those scissors. It'll look like this. It'll be a longer section. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut 4 even pieces, just like this says. Why 4, you ask? Well, it is because I'm going to need these straps to be long enough to go around my entire waist all the way to my back. So you want to make sure they're long enough. So I'm guessing I'm going to need to sew 2 together and 2 together to make it the right length, but we'll see. I'm going to add buttons on one end of each of the straps. I'm going to sew buttonholes onto the skirt section so that way the straps can connect on the front. I'm going to attach the straps just like this. So this is the front where the buttons are. So our overall look on my wonderful drawing right here, so good, I know. Totally looks like a real person. So this is going to be our front. So we're going to have our cute little skirt, our shorter skirt, more modernesque, and then we're going to have our buttons in the front of our straps that go up around to the back of our shoulders. Super cute. And the back is just going to be like this, just with no buttons. They're just going to be sewn. That is Rough Sketches with Maggie. Thank you for joining. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited for this. I really hope I can pull this off. Keep watching if you want to find out. Now I'm going to figure out how short I'm going to have this skirt. I'm just going to take my fabric pencil to draw a line on where I think is good. Okay, so I put on the skirt and I'm going to hem it to the length in which I want to cut it. And to keep it in place, I'm going to use a pin after I mark it with my fancy clothing chalk. So I have the front pinned, and now I'm going to pin the back to make sure it's the right length and we have no booty hanging out, because, you know, don't want that. So now we're going to move on to the cutting portion. Yeah, this took way too long. And yes, I was watching Jane the Virgin. It's my favorite TV show. All my Jane the Virgin fans out there, what's good? Hashtag Team Michael. Leave a comment below on if you're Team Michael or Team Raphael. So here we are still cutting because I'm left-handed and it was really difficult for me to cut with scissors, per usual. It's pretty uneven.
It's pretty uneven.
So here I am having a mini mental breakdown, the kind where you're laughing but you really want to cry. But you know, got it cut. That's what matters. I'm gonna flip it right side in, right side out, right, whatever. So yeah, she's cute. So now I just gotta hem it. Like, I'm not mad that it looks like this because I'm gonna fix it when I hem it. So it's fine. That took way too long. I did not know that was gonna take too long. I thought that was gonna be the shortest part. So I'm interested to see how long everything else takes. This is so uneven. Okay, so I don't know why I cut the skirt on the black side because being able to see the pattern helped me cut such a straight line. So that's the first part, and then I'm going to cut right here, and that'll give me one strap, and then I'll just make one more cut. So I have 2 more cuts to go. Okay, so I officially have each strap cut. This one I rolled up. So as you can see, it's a lot wider than what I'm going to do, and the reason I did that is so that I could fold these sides in, have it folded in like this, and that way the straps will be durable. I do want to make this nice and thick. So I put some pins in it to show exactly what I want. I will update you guys on if I do anything right. So after all my hard and terrible sad work earlier, I got a sewing machine and that really helped everything. So here I am sewing the strap together, and I was doing that inside out, so I had to push it back right side out, which also took a lot longer than I expected. I guess I just wasn't really full of knowledge about these things, but now I am. So if you're ever going to do something like this, just make sure you give yourself time, watch a movie, you know, or some YouTube. Maybe watch my YouTube videos, you know, whatever you're feeling. But yeah, here are the finished look. So yeah, it looks good. Oh, now we're on to the next thing. This is so fast. So so now I need to hem the skirt. So I'm figuring out where I want to do that. Yeah, flip your stuff inside out when you're sewing it. Then the stitching is going to be way less visible on the front. Much cleaner look, more professional. You know, that's what we're going for. First time using a sewing machine since home ec in high school. And I did have like 5 mental breakdowns. It's fine. Things got emotional. It stopped working like 700 times. I'm using a lot of hyperbole. Okay, so look, it looks good. I was actually very shocked. I was surprised and happy with what I did. I did something right and it looks good. So I was super happy. I'm doing, yeah, yes, we're shocked, but it looks good and I'm happy. And whoop whoop, celebration jumps in the kitchen. So next, we're going to hand sew on the buttons. So as you can see, I have a toothpick behind the button, and that is to add for flexibility with the button so it's not just stuck to the fabric and it can move a little freer, which helps when putting it through a buttonhole. So I finished it and I'm pulling the toothpick out and I cut off the extra thread, and here is our finished look of that. These buttons are so cute, and I just happened to find them in an old sewing thing that my mom gave me. They're so cute. I love red, and I think it goes really good with the tweed fabric. So we have both our buttons sewed on, and they look good. That was actually pretty easy and simple. So this is the idea we're going for. So our next step is to measure the strap length. So I did this specifically to my body. Shout out to my dad on helping me measure this stuff. We love supportive fathers. So here I am sewing on the straps just on the back section because the front has buttons, so they will not need to be sewed. So I hand sewed this. It was really simple, and it is to the correct length for me, so there it is. However, there was extra fabric on the inside which I needed to cut off. So I'm more advanced in the scissors at this point because I've finally received the right tool. So this thing is so amazing and it cuts so easily and so fast. Just watch, ready? when it's done. Like, that was so simple. Oh, it's so amazing. It's made the rest easier. So here we are, both the backs are sewn on, and now I didn't record me doing this before, so now I'm pretending like I'm doing it. So I took that sharp cutty thing and I cut buttonholes to the size of the buttons, and then I sewed it with my hand around the cut so that way it doesn't just like fray and go crazy. So now we're gonna see if I did it right. And would you look at that, I did. So the buttonholes are set exactly to the size of the button so that they can fit in easily. And yeah, so now both of those are done and it looks really good and I'm proud of that. So we are actually done. This is the finished look and it was so much fun to make this. I absolutely love the way it turned out. The exact vision that I had in my mind is exactly what happened, so that it's such a really cool feeling to know that I made this. I saw just a big piece of fabric basically at Goodwill and now it's something that I'll wear all the time. So super excited about that. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to give a thumbs up and subscribe, and stay tuned for many more thrift flipping videos.